This is Neil Ratner Rock Doc here on WDST Radio Woodstock with another episode of This Week in Rock, with support from Transcendental and my friend, the amazing dentist and rock star Bruce Milner. Visit Transcendental, his stunning new office at 2 Maverick Road, on the corner of Maverick Road and Route 375. On May 12th, 1967, the Jimi Hendrix Experience released the album Are You Experienced, widely regarded as one of the greatest rock and roll albums of all time. By the mid-60s, Hendrix was fronting his own band and playing at the Café Wa in New York City, which is where Animal's bass player and soon-to-be producer Chas Chandler went to see Jimmy play at the suggestion of Keith Richards' girlfriend. Chas was particularly impressed by Jimmy's version of the song Hey Joe and convinced Hendrix to come to London to record. Chandler quickly recruited guitarist Noel Redding, who he convinced to play bass, and drummer Mitch Mitchell, and the Jimi Hendrix Experience was formed. Track Records, a new label formed by The Who's management, signed the Experience. However, with a limited budget, Chandler and Hendrix did much of the album's pre-production at their apartment to cut costs. And as Chas relates, his job was more as an editor than anything else.
In the initial stages, I'd changed a lot of the lyrics. He would come up with a lyric on a song, and I would make suggestions on lyrics that they would change a bit. And in general, editing down, his songs tended to be 6-7 minutes, and we got them down to 3 and 4 minutes. And they actually, we all felt it improved them. I would say the basic thing there was editing. Acting as if it was an editor of a newspaper, getting it all more concise, really. And it was strange, like every record you make is a different story. You don't make any record the same way. And we would sit around. There was a young guy that Noel had known would turn up with electronic gadgets that it was I think the first days of like added sound and that, and this kid would always regularly turn up with a new box for Jimmy to try, so we would immediately find ways of misusing it. It would be designed for a guitar, but we would end up tapping it on voice, anything, just looking for sound, really. I mean, it was a very spaced out era, and I suppose there was a certain amount of self-indulgence went in there as well. But the records were made very quickly. I mean, I think Are You Experienced took about 7 days in the studio. That was for mixing it and everything.
From the start, Chandler intentionally minimized the creative input of Mitchell and Redding. He later explained, "I wasn't convinced that Mitch or Noel might feel that they weren't having enough or any say. I'd been touring and recording in a band for years, and I'd seen everything end as a compromise. Nobody ended up doing what they really wanted to do. I was not going to let that happen with Jimmy." Are You Experienced, the title track from the album, is one of Hendrix's most innovative, largely based on one chord, which is similar to Indian classical music. The song also features recorded guitar and drum parts that are played backward. Okay, let's listen. The Jimi Hendrix Experience and Are You Experienced?